You've tuned in to the Crispy Noodle Podcast
You realize what you've done?
with Rich Liebig
Real gangsters play these cards, right?
and Michael Costanzo.
What was that you just read?
Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news.
Good times, noodle salad.
The point is, you now have the ability to be happy.
And now, here's Rich and Mike on the Crispy Noodle Podcast.
Woo! Yeah! How you guys doing?
What's up, everybody?
It's time for this week's episode of the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news. I am Rich Liebig.
And I am Michael Costanzo.
And we are here to give you some interesting tidbits in the world of sports, entertainment, odd news, and whatever else we happen to stumble across. Isn't that right, Mike?
That's right. We bring it to you with our unique sense of humor and wackiness. You never know what you're going to get here on the Crispy Noodle Podcast.
That's right. We have some prepared topics in sports, entertainment, and odd news, but sometimes we'll go off the beaten path. We may on this show. You know, you never know what exactly we're going to get into. The fun that is the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Thank you guys for joining us on this week's episode. We have a lot of interesting topics, if I can get that out. A lot of interesting topics to get to on this week's episode. So I just want to dive right into our personal bit. Mikey, how are you doing over there?
I'm doing good. I finally jumped on the Mare of Easttown bandwagon.
Oh, yes, that's right. I
Yeah.
finished it.
Oh, man. It is so good so far. I'm only 4 episodes in, but already one of my favorite shows of the year. I mean, that's including WandaVision, too, which was absolutely fantastic. That came out this year, right?
Yeah, that was this year. Yep.
It all blends together.
Yeah. There's no time after COVID.
No, there is not. There's COVID time, and then that's it.
Everything just blends together.
Everything just blends together. But Mare of Easttown is fantastic. I stand by everything that we talked about last week. The O's and home and hoagie sound odd to me.
Hope.
Home, hoagie.
Yeah.
But I will say, after actually watching several episodes, that for the most part, like 90% of the time, I'm like, yeah, it sounds like, you know, people who talk around this area. It's just those few words.
Yeah.
It's hope, home, and hoagie, where it like
It's
pulls. It's the O that pulls you out. It's the HO combo.
At least for us. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's like that for everybody else.
But you know, it's interesting because I think why it hits us so forcefully is because it sounds so good otherwise.
Yeah.
That those few instances, it's like the uncanny valley where it's like so close, but those tiny imperfections snap you out of it. But other than that, fantastic show. It keeps you guessing. For me personally, because I'm old, I fall asleep on the couch at like 10 o'clock now, but I can watch this show until midnight easily and not feel drowsy. I mean, it has you on the edge of your seat. It has you guessing constantly. That the character drama is top notch, very complicated, layered characters. Yeah. So if people have access to HBO, definitely go check it out. It's definitely a highlight in terms of television for me this year.
Yeah.
One of the
It's
best.
very good, very captivating. Kate Winslet's probably going to get an Emmy nom for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely worth your time. I was very impressed by it, and the conclusion too. I finished the whole thing.
Yeah.
This weekend. So
It's just 8 episodes, right?
or
is it 10?
7?
7?
It's 7 episodes, but I think like the last 2 are pretty long
Okay.
because they throw a couple wrenches into things.
Oh.
I'll leave it at that
Okay.
because I know you didn't finish it, so I'm leaving it at that.
Okay. We'll have to do a full review, breakdown, recap when I'm finished.
Yeah.
But what have you been up to other than finishing Mare of Easttown? I guess I kind of stole your thing.
No, that's fine. Because literally we're in the middle of a heat wave here in Philadelphia, which is bad news for me because I just sweat all the time. So I've been like locked inside.
It's awful.
I'm enjoying the air conditioning. I'm not going anywhere. No, I do not like heat waves.
I don't like leaving my apartment because while the apartment is air conditioned, it's like a very comfortable 72, like constantly. You step outside, there's no air conditioning in the hallway.
There's no
So
air
it's like-
conditioning in the world.
So it's like, yeah, that's true.
I don't like the outer world. This is stupid. Why is there no air conditioning?
I don't like the outer world. There's
Yeah.
never been a more rich sentence than that one right there.
Yeah. No, I don't like sweating. This isn't that's not my speed.
So what have you been doing to beat the heat?
So I've been staying inside and catching up on things. So one of them was Mare of Easttown, which I finished. And then Rachel and I, we watched Bo Burnham's new special,
Oh,
Inside.
yeah. How is that?
It is amazing.
Oh, man. That's another one I want to watch.
It's so weird because I don't know if you know the story behind it, but Bo Burnham, he was touring, and then around like 2013, 2014, he quit touring. He actually was getting panic attacks.
Oh, wow.
On stage. So he like went away, and then he was kind of planning to come back, but it's one of those like he wanted to come back, but he didn't have like a plan for it.
Right.
And he had wrote material, and then COVID hit.
Right.
And he didn't know like what to do with like his new material. So he spent all of 2020 in COVID inside like his house, and he filmed this special on his own.
That's pretty cool.
It's literally a one-man show. He acts in it, he filmed it, he edited it.
So is it like a stand-up special, or is it something else? Like,
yeah, it like verges between a musical and a stand-up comedy act, and somewhat of a commentary.
He always
on
did
COVID.
Music as part of his bit. Right?
Yeah, but like it's it's bizarre, and I mean that in a good way, because it's something that you can't really quite put your finger on it. It's like part musical, part commentary, part stand-up comedy,
right?
Part documentary, because like he's recording this as COVID is happening. Like it's like a nice mixture of like 5 different genres thrown into this.
That sounds like it's right up my alley.
Yeah,
music, humor, commentary, and it's
part documentary.
It's on Netflix. So.
Yeah, and it's free on If you have Netflix, you can watch it right now. And I think it's also going to be released on Spotify in the very near future.
Oh,
so you may want to.
That's pretty cool. So you can like listen to it on the go and stuff.
Yeah, because he has songs in it, so
it
makes sense. It's weird. It's like literally part musical, part documentary, part comedy, part stand up. It's a nice big ball of here it is. Like, and he just presents it like it too. Like I think there's I think if I remember, there's like a 5-second disclaimer that he's literally like, this is just like a stream of thought. Like it may not be edited, in like a movie.
I love that idea, and I love the fact that he did it all himself.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Because from someone that has been trying to do video editing is a pain in the ass.
Video editing is tough.
So the fact that he was able to edit this whole thing on his own, props to you. But yeah, very good. Check it out. Inside on Netflix by Bo Burnham. Very good. Okay, we got to get to a lot of news. We have a lot of news in sports, entertainment, and odd news. So let's go over the first batch of news that revolve around sports. It's time for the Sports Sampler.
So you're not good at sports. It's a very small part of life.
Sports. In your face. Ha ha!
Sports coming at you in your face. We're skipping the 2-minute drill this week because,
oh my God,
frankly, we've just got a lot of news to cover. So yeah, I don't think any one of these would be fitting in a 2-minute drill. But let's do. I know, Mike, you need to get activated. So
I need my dose of football, Rich.
Yeah, so let's do football first.
All right, let's do it.
Time for NFL summer drama here in the Crispy Noodle. Because wow, there's so much player drama happening this offseason.
So much drama. So first up,
the NFL, I don't know if you knew this, but they said that internally within the NFL league offices, they are not referring to this as the offseason anymore.
That's right. You mentioned this. There's the playing season and the non-playing season, or something like that. Yeah.
The playing season and the not playing season.
I mean, that's what this is. This is an extension of
year-long drama.
And that's exactly what we're getting, is year-long drama. So we're seeing some beefs with some big-name players. The Falcons, I never thought I'd see this coming, but they traded star receiver Julio Jones. The Atlanta Falcons are sending Jones and a 2023 6th-round pick, I think, to the Tennessee Titans in exchange for a 2022 second-round pick and a 2023 4th-round pick. So Jones is joining what is shaping up to be one of the best offenses in the league. They have Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown already, so they're just going to be absolutely stacked on that team.
Yeah. What do you think about the fact that he was only traded for a second and a fourth round pick?
I think it's resetting the trade market a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that trades the past few years have been like getting crazy, and even this year, like multiple first round picks for like quarterbacks. And I think that while Julio Jones is a great talent, he's an aging wide receiver coming off a down year. And I think teams, they're like, no, we're gonna, in these cap strapped times, they're not gonna sacrifice the ability to rebuild cheaply with draft picks. They're not going to sacrifice those first rounders except for the Rams because they're crazy.
Yeah, the Rams are just nuts.
I mean, they did the same thing for Jalen Ramsey as well a few years back. So, but I think we're seeing now the effects of the cap, and that teams would rather hold on to those high draft picks because they can't trade them in for high value players. They need them to bring in those cost effective players. So I am surprised. I'm surprised it was just a second and a fourth. I was thinking at least a first, or maybe like a second and a third and another late round pick in there. A second and a fourth just seems low.
So from what I've been reading, the fact that he didn't go for a first round pick was the fact that he was a $14 million cap hit.
See? Yeah. It has to. This year we're gonna see that happen a lot, I think.
Yep. And apparently the Patriots were hot on him, but when the discussions were happening and they were discussing the cap hit, the Patriots wanted Atlanta to take some of the burden on the cap hit, and they said
that
no.
defeats the purpose of Atlanta getting rid of Jones. I mean, that was the whole point.
So they walked away. So Bill Belichick walked away. He could have had Julio Jones, which
man, yeah, but you need a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's either Cam Newton and his busted hand or Mac Jones.
And they say Mac Jones is having a tough time learning the offense.
Yeah, so things could be still dire for New England.
Absolutely.
But no, instead the Titans are going to be running with Julio Jones, Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown.
Man, that is a stacked offense. I saw, murmurs on the Eagles subreddit that, the Tennessee Titans are looking at Zach Ertz to complete the offensive situation over there. I mean, that would just be. I mean, already this is creating such an amazing offense. They could be one of the best this upcoming season because, where do you send your safeties?
Yeah.
Do you cheat your safeties up into the box? Do you keep them? Do you keep them back? You can't.
You can't. You have to put them. You have to put the safeties back, and you have to trust your inside six guys. They got to stop Derrick Henry.
Yeah. It's going to be tough because he's a bruiser. And then you have this. I think Julio Jones for the Titans could be a fantastic, like Larry Fitzgerald or Anquan Bolden in their later part of their career, where they're just a mismatch on the inside, right? Running those short to medium crossing routes, forcing linebackers and safeties to cover them on the inside, being those big possession guys. A.J. Brown stretching the field. Derrick Henry is, pounding it up the middle. It's going to be very difficult for defenses to game plan around this offense that can attack them at any level from any position.
Yeah, this is definitely going to improve the Titans' offense, and Vegas already has seen it. They jumped from 35-1 to 30-1 odds to win the Super Bowl. So
not a huge jump, but still.
Well, I mean, for just one player,
that's true.
That's pretty impressive for just one player coming to the team.
Yeah.
So. Very interesting development. The first big trade to happen post June 1st. Unfortunately, not really a surprise considering Julio
said he was gone. Yeah.
Accidentally said he was gone on Undisputed on the air, which we haven't heard the fallout from that. We'll see if that ever comes to light. That could be a whole saga on its own.
That's a completely different story.
Yeah.
But do you think we could see any more trades, especially with this next headline? Green Bay's Aaron Rodgers is a no-show to mandatory minicamp. The saga continues. He's sacrificing a lot of money. He could be out about $100,000 if he doesn't show up for the 3 days of this short minicamp. He's already lost $500,000 in workout bonuses for missing enough days this offseason.
Yeah, just throwing away $500,000.
So, and potentially $600,000 if he misses, all the days this week. So, Rich, is this Aaron Rodgers situation going to end anytime soon? I mean,
I don't think so.
Rodgers is now, so it's one thing to talk and it's another thing to, go on interviews and say, oh, the team's lost its way, yada, yada, yada. And, it's another thing to give up $600,000. I know he's got tons of money, but I mean, it's still not a small amount,
No.
So he's putting his money where his mouth is.
Yeah. And I just feel like at this point, both sides are just,
they're at a stalemate.
yeah, they're very stubborn and they're dug in and neither side's budging here.
Green Bay is going to lose this gamble because Julio Jones didn't go for a first. Other teams are going to be wary of cap hits. I think Rodgers' trade value is quickly dwindling, especially since teams are looking at this and they're saying, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't show up, Green Bay is going to have somebody taking up $20-some million of their cap sitting on the bench or sitting at home. So Green Bay is going to become desperate to get rid of him. And some team is going to land Aaron Rodgers for, not cheap, but maybe instead of 3 first-rounders, maybe 2 first-rounders.
One of the Chicago newspapers said that the top 2 quarterbacks in Chicago right now is just the top 2 quarterbacks are Justin Fields and Aaron Rodgers right now because they're helping out the Bears right now with all this shenanigans going on with the Packers, their hated rivals. It's bad news all around for Green Bay Packers fans. I hate to say it.
They're going to lose this gamble, I think.
I think everybody's losing in this gamble. Aaron Rodgers is losing money and prestige. And, I know he's coming off an MVP season, but
he's still 38. Yeah, we have to be realistic.
Yeah, I don't know how much he's going to be able to keep this up, especially, let's say this goes deeper into July, August, right up to September.
Is he going to be ready to play at that point? 38, not working out throughout the offseason. I mean, some players can do it. I don't know. We've never seen this in Aaron Rodgers before because he's always been,
Yeah, I don't know.
He's always been there.
I don't know if he'll be game ready if he keeps holding out this long,
right,
and not showing up to practices this summer. It's just bad news all around. And at this point, we're waiting for one side to blink, and I don't know. It seems like neither side is willing to budge. I mean, this is one of the most bizarre holdouts we've ever seen in NFL history.
Well, it's like I've been saying, Green Bay's got to trade him.
Yeah,
right.
At the end of the day,
at this rate, they've got to trade him.
At the end of the day, they can hold on hope as long as they want to, and they can keep saying that Aaron Rodgers is our guy, but it's not being reciprocated the other way around.
In my
just as Green Bay is saying Rodgers is our guy, Aaron Rodgers would have to say the Packers are my team, and right now he's not saying that at all.
Right.
So
yeah, they can stand outside his room with a boombox as much as they want. It doesn't mean that he's going to show up.
Yeah.
Look, you can serenade him and Romeo, wherefore art thou? But it's not. Yeah, it's not going to work. Come back. Yeah, because here's the thing. In my experience, when a player gets to this point where they're sacrificing hundreds of thousands of dollars, they're usually serious. Usually, it doesn't get to this stage unless they're serious about their demands. So unless Green Bay is going to walk back everything they've said and meet all of his demands, it's not going to get better.
No.
So they got to put the boombox down and they need to trade him.
Yeah. But now at this point, I feel like he's already hurt his trade value so much.
Yes, he has.
There's been a new idea being spread from guys like Peter King and another one. I think Colin Cowherd was another one of these, saying, why don't you wait until the season starts and then trade Aaron Rodgers so that way he's not going to hurt you right away when he gets traded to the other team and maybe his value goes back up.
Traded to the other team? I mean, you're assuming they're going to trade him to the team they play week 1. Like that doesn't. I don't buy that.
Basically, trying to get a team. I should have clarified this a little bit better.
You're trying to get a
desperate team that maybe
overpay.
had high expectations and maybe they stumble and they go start out 1-3 this season.
So you're saying trade him like closer to the deadline?
Yeah. Do you think that could be an avenue, or at that point is it a sunken ship?
I don't know what the terms of the contract are. Like, when does Aaron Rodgers start getting paid?
At this rate, I don't think he gets paid because he's not reporting to camp.
But like
he's not reporting to team facilities.
They need if in my mind, they need the cap relief, right? They could have gone out and they could have gotten extra players if they didn't have Rodgers' cap number. So the benefit to the Packers is to get rid of him to free up the cap space and obviously get the draft picks. But unless they're just going to take this season for what it is and not worry about the cap figure and do that plan where they wait for a desperate team and keep holding out. The problem is with holding out, waiting for a great offer is it might not come. Look at the Eagles and Zach Ertz.
Yep.
Every single day that Zach Ertz sits on that trading block, that value goes down and down and down. I mean, the things that I'm seeing online are like maybe he can fetch a 5th or a 6th. And he's a top 3 tight end.
Yep.
And this is the problem when you sit on the trade block because then teams know it's like, okay, we have all the power in this bargain.
Yeah, we'll just wait till you don't care anymore.
Because they know that players like Rodgers and players like Ertz need to be traded for cap relief. So those teams can wait longer than the teams who are looking to trade can remain competitive.
Yeah. So, this is...
Like you said, it's a lose-lose for everyone.
It's more developments in this NFL summer drama. I don't even... it's like every week we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Because the longer he holds out...
I think that's what Rodgers wants.
Oh, yeah. I've said this before. Rodgers, I think, for his personal end, he has played this, I think, the best that anybody could have played this.
Yeah.
Between the fact that he came off the MVP season, he leaked kind of the right info at the right time. He wants to, he's kind of put the Packers in a lose-lose situation.
I think he comes off a little bitchy, but
yeah.
I mean, he's still in a position to get what he wants.
Right.
If he stands as it is right now, he can get what he wants.
Right.
So from that regard, yeah, it's hurt his prestige, like you said earlier. But ultimately, if he gets what he's looking for, then maybe it's worth it.
Yep. So there you go. More drama from the NFL. All right, we did enough football now. All right, you're done. You're done. You had enough football.
What am I supposed to do now, Rich?
Okay, you now have to get ready for the most exciting sport in the world. Everyone, get ready. We're going to talk about some baseball.
Because you done goofed.
Yeah, the most exciting sport.
I mean,
right?
Sure. I guess to some people.
When you think excitement, you think baseball.
You think baseball. You think about guys standing around an open field scratching their junk and just constantly throwing the ball to first base. He's not going to steal. Just pitch the friggin' thing.
You mean the pitcher trying to get the lead
off? I hate that. If they do that more than once, I immediately get pissed off. You're not going to catch them. I've never seen them catch a single person except in
it happens.
ESPN. Yeah, but I always see in like ESPN highlights. It happens like once or twice a season. I never actually seen it happen.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Trying to get them caught stealing. Yeah.
Anyway.
No, that's not what we're talking about here. No, baseball is very exciting. And let me tell you something. It's going to get even more exciting here in 2021. Yeah, wow. Let me tell you that, all right? Because, man, if you love pitching, this has been your freaking year. Let me tell you that, folks. Pitching is king. Pitching. Pitcher's duel. Yeah, woo!
I take it by your tone that you're not entirely thrilled.
I think a lot of people aren't. A matter of fact, I'm actually implying the opposite. 2021 has been the season where baseball has got more boring.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because baseball, next to golf, is one of the most boring sports known to mankind. And I'm including like curling and Olympic sports in that list too.
Well, yeah, baseball has officially hit rock bottom when it comes to how low these scoring opportunities have been recently. So let's do a little bit of recap as to the 2021 season. Already, we have seen 6 no-hitters, and we're only, 2 months into the season? 3 months into the season?
It seems like a lot.
That's a lot, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It seems like a lot.
6 no-hitters, and that's not including the one from Bumgarner where he pitched a no-hitter in 7 innings, and it was a doubleheader. And they said that it counted as a complete game, but not as a no-hitter because it wasn't 9 innings. So you can argue it's been 7 no-hitters.
They do know that a game has 9 innings, right? How can it be a complete game if you literally only pitch 7 of the 9 innings?
Well, this is the weird ruling from MLB.
Well, again, baseball is just stupid. But go ahead.
Yes. So arguably, we're at 7 no-hitters in 2 months.
Okay.
6.5. We're at 6.5
6.5.
no-hitters.
6 3/4.
Yeah, I don't know what you want to label that as.
6.7897 whatever.
Repeating.
Repeating.
Repeating, of course.
Of course.
So anyway, scores have gone down. Pitchers are ruling the roost. And why is that? Well, there is player allegations that a rash of pitchers have been using substances either under their uniform or under their hats to affect the ball's spin rate and cause greater movement on pitches, causing batters to strike out more and lowering batting averages and scoring run opportunities. So think of the physics of throwing a baseball. If you were able to put on a substance secretly while you're on the pitcher's mound, like a resin or a tar or an oil,
right?
If you're able to sneak that in, when you throw the ball is going to have a bigger breaking point. So think like curveballs and stuff like that.
Right.
If
you can really get that rotation and that.
Right.
Yeah.
It increases the spin rate, which
right.
Yeah, you'll have a bigger breaking ball and things like that, which makes it far more difficult for the batters to try and hit and get on base with.
Okay.
This
seems like something that they could easily check.
Yes.
Right.
Well, up until now, I think it's been just kind of don't ask, don't tell. Like, as long as it hasn't been egregious, umpires haven't been doing anything. There's only been one or two. There's only been 1 or 2 confrontations so far this season where umpires have been asking the pitchers about the status of the balls they're throwing.
No. I'm going to soapbox for a second because I have to take issue with MLB here.
Oh, hold on. Before you do, I just want to get into the stats. So
all right.
I'll help your case here.
Okay.
If you really want to prove that this is happening, baseball is a game of numbers. Literally, go to the stat sheets. The New York Yankees.
Right.
The New York Yankees.
They're supposed to be one of the best, I guess.
They are having one of the worst scoring seasons ever in their league history. Ever. They've only scored 203 runs in 60 games. That is the lowest in the American League. That is atrocious.
Okay.
That means you're barely scraping 3 runs a game.
Yeah.
Over the course of 60. That's pretty low.
Pretty low. For a high-powered team like the Yankees, I mean, they're always up at the top, right?
Yep. The Seattle Mariners, as a team, are batting .208.
That's pretty bad.
As a team.
Yeah, that's a team average.
That means there are starters that are batting lower than that.
That's pretty bad.
You should not be batting your weight. I mean, unless it's like something magnificent, you know?
Yeah.
Like, unless you're, I don't know, like 300 pounds and you're batting 300. Like, I don't know if that's ever happened.
Just like a sumo wrestler baseball player.
Yeah. But no, you should not be batting your weight. That's not good. So that's amazing that a team batting average is hovering at literally 200. It was actually worse a couple weeks ago. It was actually 190 something.
Jeez.
So it's not. These stats show something is wrong.
Right.
And we are having games that are 1-0, 3-1, 2-1, 2-0. We're not seeing a lot of, classic crack of the bat home runs, 7-4, 7-5.
Right.
6-5. No, we're seeing 2-1, 3-1, 3-0, 2-1.
Nobody wants to see that.
No, it gets boring real fast.
Everybody says that they like to see good pitching, but no. People go to sports for...
You want to hear the crack of the bat.
People go to baseball games for, the double, triple home runs. People go to see a 60-yard touchdown pass. People go to see, slam dunks. Nobody wants to see the boring end. Nobody wants to see defense or a layup or, a 2-1 baseball game or
a 1-0 baseball
or a 1-0 baseball. Nobody goes. That's not the reason why we watch sports, right?
Yeah.
But I need to take issue with baseball here because specifically you said they had a don't ask, don't tell policy towards
That's
this.
what it seems to be.
And this is what annoys me so much.
I'm not saying that's the official
Right.
policy. I'm
Well,
just
no,
saying that's what it seems to be.
Baseball would never say that. But this is what annoys me about baseball is that you get so many purists, right, that don't want to ruin the integrity of the game. Meanwhile, you have the steroid era. You have the you have the second substance abuse era, because now they're using substances on the baseballs. You have the basic, strategy of stealing signals, and then they get all upset when they steal signals a little bit better.
Astros.
So yeah, but stealing signals is like part of the game too. So how can you have all these things happen and say that, but they don't want things like instant replay because it ruins the integrity of the game. They don't want to speed up the game because it ruins the integrity of the game. I say BS. It's one or the other. If you want to talk about integrity, ban these substances, crack down harder on steroids, have pitchers not throw to first base 7 times in a row. Come on, people, pick up the pace of play. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, then maybe you're going to be happy to hear this report from Buster Olney, who's an MLB insider. He went on Rich Eisen's show and gave a very fascinating take that he's reporting that Major League Baseball will soon declare, quote, a war on foreign substances. So as we're reporting this topic, I'm here to tell you need to keep an eye on it, because apparently probably next week or maybe in a few weeks or maybe right before the All-Star break, something around, in the next couple weeks or so, Buster Olney is reporting that the MLB wants the umpires to become almost sheriffs-like when it comes to this phenomenon that's happening. MLB is about to grant, according to Buster Olney, they are about to grant umpires the right to implement body searches. So they're literally going to be like the TSA.
So like during it, during. Oh my god! During like a pitching change, the umpire just goes up there and like pats them down.
Yeah, it's going to be like Leslie Nielsen in Naked Gun. He's going to have to pat everybody down.
Oh my god!
Also, that the umpires are going to file scouting reports about individual pitchers who are suspected of illegal substances. So literally, they're going to have like
this is not going to work because umpires aren't going to want.
They're going to have dirt sheets on these pitchers.
Umpires aren't going to want to do that. Nobody wants to do extra paperwork.
Yeah, they're turning into like cops now.
Yeah, the umpires are going to be like, forget this. This is they're not going to want to do that. I mean,
Book 'em, Lou. we gotta get them to court. Book 'em, Lou. Oh man, yeah. These umpires, they're gonna be, they're gonna be the police here.
And I know who it's coming from because I back traced it, and I know who's emailing and who's doing it. And you've been reported to the cyber police. Consequences will never be the same.
Yeah. So there you go. They're gonna be the cyber police. They're
that's
gonna
the
be
umpires report right
yeah,
there.
There you go. They're gonna
report them to the cyber police.
Yep. Apparently, if they do find these substances, these umpire sheriffs are going to do an immediate ejection of the player and 10-game suspensions without pay, according to Buster Olney. So I don't know. Do you think this is? Yeah, this just seems weird to imagine. Like right in the middle of I don't know, like the second inning, all of a sudden, like if the umpire, oh wait a minute, I see you have a this weird sheen on your hat. Stop the game.
Right, exactly. It's too hard to police. It's too much. It's adding too many responsibilities to the umpires to police all the pitchers and frisk them.
Yeah, it's a weird frisk.
And also, are they going to be able to find it if they frisk them? Like, what if they have like, I don't know. Like, I don't like anything about this. This seems like it's not going to work, and it annoys me because baseball, it seems like a very weak, all bark and no bite type policy.
Well, what do you think of 10-game suspension without pay? I think that's a suitable punishment because
I think that's a suitable punishment.
Because hit them where it hurts.
I just think
take some money from them.
I just think they're not going to be catching a lot of guys. That's my thought process. There is that it's a suitable punishment if they actually catch them.
But you think the umpires aren't going to be able to?
I think the umpires don't.
confront them?
I think the umpires don't want this added responsibility to frisk pitchers. I mean, how many pitchers are they going to frisk a game?
Yes.
No, I'm serious. You have
Stop.
to frisk.
I suspect.
You have to frisk all the
you.
relievers that come in, the closers, the starting pitchers. I mean, like, who's to say they frisk them one inning, and who's to say they don't slip something in their pocket or under their cap, at the start of the third? Like, how do you police this? Do you check them every inning?
So
every time they switch fields, they check them.
Yeah. So I heard one of the popular tactics is to. I think this is sun lotion or some sort of lotion. One of the tactics is to put it on your sleeve because apparently the lotion doesn't dry or something.
Right.
And when you keep touching the sleeve, you'll have the lotion on your fingertips, and then that helps. So I wonder if maybe there's going to be like a list of like suspicious behaviors that will get
like
published.
Touching the sleeve and like. But that's the thing in baseball where there's all signals. They're all like doing the hokey pokey and the YMCA out there. How are you supposed to know? This is baseball. Every time we talk about baseball and their weird rules and regulations, it raises my blood pressure.
Yes, do the hokey pokey.
Hey, come on now. For all they're doing this and this and this thing. What is it? Steal. Like, what are you conveying with your World War II style hand signals? I'm done.
Yeah, they need.
It's true.
They need to get the. I don't know what the hell you call those light things.
They're over there doing the Macarena. It's like hit the ball. Thanks. I could have figured that one out.
Thanks for that advice. Hit.
Oh my God! I was just gonna stand here with this bat in my hands and watch it go by me. My name is Ryan Howard.
All right, someone's a little salty. Damn.
No, I
don't. Ryan Howard in the middle of all this.
Dude, that's the last era of baseball I remember.
Was Ryan Howard looking and taking a strikeout?
All the time.
There you go.
Anyway, but no, this is actually an interesting development, and they figured out how to make baseball more boring.
Yeah, and
I mean, give them props. If that was their goal, they did it.
Good job.
Good job,
Baseball.
MLB.
You guys did a bang-up job. Keep up the good work. Okay, well, on that note, I think that's a sign that we need to wrap up the sports sampler and take a little bit of a break. Yeah. Mike is so bored by baseball, he actually gets excited over how boring it is.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but it does. So
it's reverse psychology.
Yeah, so we need to take a break and regroup, but don't go anywhere because we got the entertainment entree and the non-fortune cookie odd news still to come. We'll be right back here on the Crispy Noodle Podcast. We're going to talk about 22-year-old Matthew Kyle Letham, and he decided to call police at 4:45 in the morning because he couldn't find a ride home after the bar at 4:45 in the morning. But that is not the actual oddity of this story. Police encountered Matthew Letham on the scene, and that's when they noted that this dude actually has a tattoo of the state of Florida in between his two eyebrows.
Oh my God.
Yes, and I have his mugshot. So here we go.
He's literally Florida Man.
Yes.
He's like a superhero Florida Man, and that is like his logo.
He is Mr. Florida Man. So
I mean, it's the most harmless Florida story we've ever had.
Yeah, except for the fact that dude has a tattoo
stupid
that will last the rest of his life that he cannot hide.
You cannot undo that. Every job interview he goes to, the very first thing they're going to see and question is the Florida tattoo. Yeah.
It's literally like, can I touch it? Like, it's right there.
You know the scene in Austin Powers Goldmember? The guy who has the mole?
Yeah.
Moly, 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 moly. Yeah. It is that, except with Florida on his forehead. Is anybody more proud of their home state than that guy?
I
Nope.
can't say it. I can't see. I
Nope.
can't think of anybody else.
Nope.
So,
I love Pennsylvania, but not that much.
no, I do not want. Pennsylvania is a big state too. I do not want that on my forehead.
It's very square or
Yeah,
rectangular. It
rectangular.
would, yeah. What's
Yeah.
the weirdest state to get tattooed to a forehead? I think. What do you think would be the weirdest one? I mean, I think Florida because the way it's shaped.
Florida's pretty weird. California,
Michigan.
California would be weird because it's like
It's
a
very
ball,
long.
and then
Yeah.
and then it juts out.
No, Michigan.
Ooh, yeah. Because they got
Michigan.
all those like Great Lakes and stuff.
Yeah, and it's split in half.
Ugh, yeah, that would not be good.
That'd be a weird one.
Yeah. Ugh. Oklahoma.
Alaska. Oh, Oklahoma. I was gonna say Alaska.
Oklahoma, you have to get the box, and then you have to get that little dinky panhandle that goes the other half of your head.
You're literally making yourself a unibrow, and then like it has like a little hat on it.
Yeah. Ugh.
What about Alaska? You have that whole chain of islands coming off
Yeah.
the side. It's gonna like go around the side of your head almost.
Ugh. Yeah.
This is the dumbest conversation we've ever had in in 8 years of podcast. I think it's safe to say that talking about the weirdest state to tattoo to your forehead, probably the dumbest thing we've ever talked about.
It's 2021, man.
And we were like,
Sense.
actually analyzing. You're like, oh yeah, and the islands, and we're like, yeah, that makes sense. There's something fundamentally broken with us, Rich, in 2021.
It's 2021. Nothing makes sense anymore. It's
The
that
pandemic-
simple.
The pandemic's gone on too long, Rich. We've hit a breaking point.
Yeah. All right.
Next week we're both going to show up with states tattooed to our foreheads.
Dear God.
If you go to Taco Bell at 3 a.m, this is what you're gonna get. Yeah,
That clip is
so-
already coming into play. I
yes,
love it.
already. So there you go.
Stop.
What happened?
The thing went on.
Well, how did that turn on? That was
I don't
weird.
know. The fart sound.
The fart sound turned Amazon on?
I think the fart sound turned on my Echo.
What the
I
hell?
don't know. It turned on.
What are you doing, Jeff Bezos? What are you into?
Basically, he's listening to fart sounds.
He's listening to our fart sounds. Oh my God.
I changed the trigger word to fart. I got to fart at it now. I don't know what happened.
That's really awkward. You're going to have to. Excuse me.
Excuse me. How can I help you?
You may need some bowel.
Do you want me to automatically order you Pepto-Bismol? I don't know why. I don't know why I'm talking to it solely through farts now.
It actually, you fart into it.
Fart
and-
once for yes and twice for no.
No. Actually, you fart into the device, and then
Yeah.
Amazon can determine what medicine you need.
Oh, right. Wow. That's next level right there. Or what you've been eating and what you want to reorder.
Oh.
I detect Cheetos. Would you like to subscribe?
Would you like a bulk order of Cheetos?
Oh, yes, please.
Cheetos ordered.
Cheetos. That story took a turn.
Yeah.
Cheetos ordered.
Okay. All right. There you go. The latest from Jeff Bezos and Amazon.
It's amazing technology, I tell you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We are back here on the Crispy Noodle Podcast. We are done the sports sampler in this meal for your mind. But I think we're going to call an audible here. Usually we would dive right into entertainment entree, but Mike has a special treat for me and I guess for you guys. I don't know. You can't really eat this.
No. But we can tell them about it.
Yeah. So what is happening? What did you
Okay.
What did you buy now? You bought popcorn. Last week you bought popcorn. Apparently you also bought honey, but now what is this?
So this is
what's next on your perusal?
So I've mentioned before a couple of times on the podcast. I don't know if anybody can see this on the video. It's called Universal Yums. I swear to God, this is not product placement. It's called Universal Yums. It is a subscription box service where they send you a box of snacks from a different country every month. It's always a mystery. So this month they sent Turkish snacks. So snacks that I like to imagine like a kid comes home from school and, you know, he had a rough day at the school and he's like, I want a snack, an after school snack. This is what people in Turkey would eat as a snack. That's what I like to imagine. So we were looking at the box during the break and we found a couple of interesting items that I think we should try out.
Okay, so
I want you to introduce them.
Okay, what am I?
These are potato chips.
Okay, here
I
we go.
I want you to read that because I know you love reading. We haven't had you read foreign words in a long time. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. We haven't done this in a while. So
you used to have odd news stories from Russia and China. You couldn't pronounce the words. It was always so fun.
So this is the first bag. I have no idea this word. Yepyeni Lizitili. That's what I'm going
Man,
with.
you did not disappoint.
Yepyeni Lizitili. Oh wait, there is an exclamation mark point here, so it should be excitement. Yepyeni Liziliti. Yes.
There should be excitement.
Yes. Yepyeni Lizenti. All right.
So this
is by Ulker Crispy Turkey.
So apparently they are Baharat spice cracker cookies.
Okay.
So spice cracker cookies with taco seasoning. I think they're spicy.
Efsani taco.
So let's
That's
try.
what it says. Efsani taco.
That's probably taco seasoning.
All right.
So we're gonna test. Let's each get a chip or two, and then we'll go ahead and we'll test it. There's the bag crinkling for the audio listeners. Bring you into the experience. You're smelling it. What does it smell like?
Smells like a burnt taco.
It does vaguely smell like a burnt taco.
Okay, so
all right, it looks like a cracker. It's not quite a chip.
Yeah,
it's like a cracker.
All
right, ready?
Yeah, pop it in. Can we
cheers.
do this?
Yeah, let's
cheers.
do it. Right.
So, that's actually pretty good.
That is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Damn.
Wow, turkey. You want some more?
Yeah. What is
They're taco flavored rice cracker crisps.
Crispy turkey. Crispy turkey.
I like them.
Good job, crispy turkey.
Baharat spice cracker cookies.
Oh man, we shouldn't do this.
Wow.
See, if you find something that I like, I want to eat the whole bag now. So no, we got to put this away.
We got to put it away.
I'm gonna put that over.
Now that we had our savory bit, we have a sweet bit. We have tahini halva. Tahini halva. Here, if you want.
What is this?
So tahini halva is
tahini halva by Tatsan. Tatsan, hey Tatsan, how you doing, Tatsan?
So this is vanilla tahini halva, which is Turkey's crumbly sesame sugar tradition. So apparently this is a traditional sesame and
vanilla.
Sugar.
It's the flavor vanilla.
Vanilla. There we go. So all right. So
very good.
Vanilla. I think this should be sweet. I'm not sure.
This is a big thing.
That's a big piece. I know.
Ooh,
that's we got to eat it.
That looks like a brick. That looks like something you'd.
It's like. Oh wow! I didn't realize it was solid in the middle. It's almost looks like nougat. The cross section.
Are you sure this is edible? This looks like a brick of sand.
It does look like a brick of sand that was like compressed into a package. Like the cross section is very dense looking. Yeah. Well, let's just. It said it was crumbly. It doesn't look crumbly. Let's just do it. Let's just bite into it.
Okay. Yeah. That tastes like sand.
It really does taste like sand.
Yeah.
Wow. That
Yeah, this one's a no. No.
It's very pasty. Like as you chew it.
No, that one's a no.
Rich is not a fan at all. He's like, nah.
No, that one's a no. That one, no. If you had taken, that was literally like both sides of the spectrum. As much as I loved the what is this called again? Crispy Turkiki. As much as I love this, is how much I hate that one. That literally was like from one end of the spectrum to the other. That was nasty. That
I ate the whole thing because I have no impulse control.
No. Ooh.
So it's sesame seeds, sugar.
Oh, no, I need the chips. I need to get that taste out of my mouth.
Actually, I'm gonna need them back too.
Yeah.
That was I popped that whole thing in my mouth and I instantly regretted it.
That was good.
Oh, it leaves a strange aftertaste.
Yeah, that
It's
was
like-
not good.
It's like abrasive.
What the hell was that? What was that called again?
It was
Tahini
tahini halwa.
Tahini halva. No, you guys suck. Not good. But that was good. That's the MVP. Crispy Tatiki.
After recording, we're definitely finishing that bag.
Yeah, good job, Crispy Tatiki. Good job. All right, so thank you, Turkey, for the
Turkey.
random snacks.
Yeah, I really like Universal Yums, and I always eagerly anticipate their next box. And Turkey was interesting. A lot of like chickpea and tahini and like sesame seed flavored things.
Yep. So there you go. That's our brief review on Turkish snack products. So thank you for that. All right,
I'm trying to bring more food content to the podcast, Rich. People want to know what our menu is.
That's a good point. We were emailed or Facebook message the other week that someone was asking for our menu, and I was like, I'm sorry, we're a podcast. We don't actually have a menu other than the sports sampler, entertainment entree, and the non-Portugal cookie odd news. That's our true menu.
Look at that, Rich, always pitching the podcast.
Yep.
That's a true pro right there.
Right, that's the true menu. Speaking of which, we do have to get into the next batch of topics. It's time for the entertainment entree.
And now, the latest in movies.
The Simpson guy writes to movies. Dear Die Hard, you rock. Especially when that guy was on the roof.
Music.
I know what that is. That's music.
Video games.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Celebrities.
You really know Warren Beatty? Yes, I do. I took a leak next to him once at the Golden Globes.
And more.
You were the all-singing, all-dancing crap of the world.
This is the entertainment entree.
So there you go. By the way, if you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, you got a treat there because you could see me and Mike during the segment
During the
announce.
thing reacting, yeah.
Yeah, we were eating more chips because we need to clear the taste out of that other one. So
I don't want to disparage their snacks, but that was not
that
good.
one was bad. But this one's the MVP. That one, the crispy. All right, we gotta stop. We have to launch an entertainment entree. We've played the sounder. Let's do the segment where Mike is going to let you know, besides snacks, what you should keep an eye out for in terms of movies, TV, and video games. It's time for Mike's This Week in Entertainment. All right, Mike, what do you have for us?
All right, well, first up in movies, those who enjoyed Lin-Manuel Miranda's work on Moana and Hamilton will want to pay attention to this new release of In the Heights, the film adaptation of Miranda's 2008 musical. Set in a New York City Dominican neighborhood, this musical drama follows a bodega owner who is saving money in his hopes of realizing his dreams of a better life. So far, critics love the film. It's earning solid mid-80s on both Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. Best of all, this movie is hitting HBO Max this Friday for 1 month alongside its theatrical release, so go check out In the Heights, the musical drama from Lin-Manuel Miranda. It should be pretty good. In TV, we have the premiere of Loki hitting Disney Plus Wednesday, June 9th. This Phase 4 MCU property follows the God of Mischief from the Thor franchise. After splitting from the timeline in Endgame, an alternate version of Loki is apprehended by the Time Variance Authority, who give him the chance of either being erased from existence, so he has a choice of either being erased from existence because he is a time variant, or he can help them fix the timeline. I'm really intrigued about how this series is going to play out, because the way I see it, it's this fun alternate history is both a way to tell a side story and a way to maybe retroactively fix some continuity errors introduced by the time travel plot of Endgame.
Yeah, I feel like between this and WandaVision, like this is leading up to something that's going to happen with the major movies coming out.
Yeah, I think they're going to address the timeline issues, which was people's big criticism of Endgame. So I hope so. We'll see. Critics are reviewing it favorably so far. It's got solid mid-70s on Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes. So go check out Loki, especially if you want more MCU goodness. Their TV shows have been very good.
Yeah.
So don't count them out. And finally, in video games, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart comes exclusively to the PlayStation 5. This is one of PlayStation 5's big marquee exclusive games, one of the first developed solely on PlayStation 5 for PlayStation 5, not cross-generation. And critics are loving it. It's got solid 9 out of 10s, 90s out of 100s. They're praising the use of the DualSense controller. Every gun has a unique rumble feel. The triggers, you can tap them to have one fire mode or pull it all the way past the resistance point to fire a second version of the weapon. They're praising the really fast gameplay where you can warp between different dimensions, and the solid-state drive loads those worlds instantly. So it's really taking advantage of the PlayStation 5 hardware, which is what gamers have been waiting for, a game that really uses the hardware to its fullest potential. So go check out Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, releasing on PlayStation 5 this Friday. That wraps up for this week in entertainment.
All right, Mike, thank you for that. I hit the
Oh,
wrong
you
button.
muted yourself.
I didn't mute myself. I meant to mute that one. Thank you for that segment this week in entertainment. I just want to do a quick blip about this this news headline that hit the Twitter feed. Not muting ourselves, but something that is coming to an end that I'm very sad to report on. But, you know, it's been a good run. One of my favorite YouTube shows, BuzzFeed Unsolved, while they've announced that there's going to be another season of BuzzFeed Unsolved True Crime and BuzzFeed Unsolved Supernatural in 2021, Ryan and Shane of the show have announced that it is also their last season of doing this for BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Demon? Stop calling it that. Demon! Stop talking to it. No, I just want to talk to the demons.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I guess the Ghoul Boys will not be talking to demons anymore, which is a shame, because
That is a shame.
I've been waiting to have like a demon, something with demons, like in the odd news or something, to pull out some of these sound clips, but hasn't been happening lately.
Yeah.
I thought demons, you know, every now and then we get like somebody who claims that they saw the devil or they were possessed by a demon or something.
Or like on the opposite side, it's like all like Jesus stuff. But
but
nothing.
But instead, it's just been all Florida. So I guess Florida has been outranking the devil when it comes to odd news recently. So take that as you will.
Plunge us into darkness, demons! Demons!
Oh my God.
Demons, you cowards!
Yeah, you cowards.
I love the way he says demons.
Demon! Yeah.
Like really emphasizes that mon part of demon.
Yeah, demons!
Plunge us into darkness, demons! Demons!
Oh my God.
Demons, you cowards!
Demons!
Yeah, so unfortunately...
Yeah, this is sad news. I mean, you recommended this to me a while ago.
Yep.
I watched it voraciously, like after I first learned about it. I mean, multiple episodes a day. I had such a blast watching it. I've been dragging out the past, like, because I got to a point where I like basically caught up. So I've been like dragging my feet with like the last several episodes, trying to like space them out like every couple of weeks, because I'm like, oh man,
This
like
is it.
yeah. There was a period of time where I was watching one during like every lunch break. So I was like plowing through them. But they're fantastic little shows, and I really hope that they go big for their final season.
Yeah,
you know, knowing the following that it got.
Yeah, I mean it's one of the biggest shows on YouTube.
Yeah,
I mean actually it's funny. If you do a YouTube search for JFK, I think the second result is their episode on the JFK assassination. Like that's amazing considering like you have like
a lot of videos probably about JFK.
Yeah, like JFK. It's not just about assassination. You would have like stuff about his presidential career,
right?
Stuff about like, you know, something that the History Channel would have made about them, something like that. And instead, the second result is BuzzFeed Unsolved's little vignette on them. So
they do such a fantastic job.
Yeah, they do. So unfortunately, it's sad to see it come to an end. But just want to let you guys know, I saw that because I had a couple people text me that, oh, you're such a big fan, it's coming to an end.
Is there any word on whether or not they'll do a similar series on their own? Because they have their own YouTube channel now, just the two guys, Ryan and Shane.
I don't know. I doubt it.
You have to think they're cooking up something.
I don't know.
That's how they made their fame was with that, series.
I would have to think that BuzzFeed would own the rights to that style of show.
Can you copyright a style of show?
I think so. I would guarantee you if there was an entity that could do that, it would be BuzzFeed.
Like that'd be like we copyright the idea of a documentary. Like,
well, no, because I would say for their, because you have to look at it as BuzzFeed, the corporation, owns the rights to BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yeah, why don't they just call it like Super Mystery Hour or something?
Well, that would be a similar. You would have to do something that's still different, though. I think that would be too.
But think about how many ghost hunting shows there are and how many true crime shows. I feel like they could find
maybe, but also maybe they're happy doing Watcher stuff. I know Shane loves doing like puppet history and stuff. So
I have to check out their other content on their own channel.
So maybe maybe it is just the natural time for it to end.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I think it would just open up a lot of legal trouble if they were to try and do something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe it's just for the best that it ends and it ends at the top of its game.
Right? You want to go out on top,
right?
Exactly.
We've seen from other TV shows that even a favorite TV show, you might have too much of a good thing.
It's true.
So kudos to BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Go check it out.
I'm sad to see it end. Okay. Up next, video games. It's a big weekend for video games. E3 is back, happening this year, 2021.
That's right.
You have the skinny on this.
Yeah. So E3 is running this weekend through Tuesday, June 15th. And there's a lot of big news. Everyone's very excited to see where the video game industry is, given last year was very difficult for developers, everybody working from home, everybody trying to, make games and release games in this new world that we're dealing with. So everyone's really looking to this year's E3 as like a beacon of hope that for video gamers, the video game industry will be back on track. And there's a lot of big expectations riding on this show. So for one, the big thing, probably the biggest thing, is that during the pandemic, Microsoft and Xbox bought Bethesda, the developer of games like Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Dishonored, a lot of really big RPGs, Western RPGs. And so people are thinking that Xbox and Bethesda are going to come out. They're having a conference together, and they're going to make a huge splash with announcing lots of exclusives for Xbox. They could announce Fallout 6 or Elder Scrolls 6 is exclusive to Xbox, which would be a huge get for Microsoft, right? Yep. It would finally silence all the Sony fans and saying, oh, they have no exclusives. All they have is Halo. If they come out and say Fallout 6, Elder Scrolls 6, you can only play them on Xbox. I mean, that's one of those game changer system seller type games.
Yeah, but I don't think... Do you think that would be smart on a business end, though? Because if you do that, you're effectively capping your sales to only half of the video game market.
I don't think Bethesda has a say in this. If Microsoft wants to have those games on their console, only on their console, they'll view that as something that's going to push sales for the console. So we'll see how it goes. I'm always holding out hope that Xbox eventually goes multi-platform to make as much money as possible, because
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They have that precedent with Windows. Everyone's like, Xbox will never do that. But Microsoft, the parent company, puts Windows out on everything.
Yeah.
Right? It's platform agnostic, basically. I could get Windows on my Mac.
Right.
Because
at the end of the day, you want more people to buy your stuff.
The money's in the software, not the hardware. Yeah. So as soon as one of these big publishers wisen up to that, I think that there's something to tap into there. And we've seen a little bit. Minecraft is on all the consoles. That's Microsoft owned. And Sony put out Horizon Zero Dawn and Days Gone on PC. So these developers are starting to branch a little bit. But We'll see. We'll see how they handle Bethesda. I know right now Sony has 2 Bethesda timed exclusives. Deathloop is one.
Mhm.
That was part of a deal before they got bought, and so that's being upheld. Deathloop is only coming out on PlayStation. So, in a weird way, it's already sort of happened. So we'll see if they will continue to allow that to happen.
Okay.
Or whether they're going to clamp down on the whole thing. But either way, Xbox is going to have a big E3. This is their E3 where they can finally show off all these exclusives from all these developers they bought, because they bought Bethesda. They bought the developer who made Hellblade.
Mhm.
And so they're hoping to show off the Hellblade sequel. So, finally this could be an event where they maybe trump Sony in the exclusive game, in the exclusives department.
Well, it also helps Sony's not going to be at E3 this year. So
That's true.
another
Sony is
positive for them.
Is skipping E3 again, like the past several years. Sony is opting out, and instead they're likely going to hold some sort of state of play or virtual video thing, maybe the week after E3 to keep the spotlight on them. And it's worked, with varying degrees of success the past couple of years. But I guess, Sony doesn't feel the need to attend E3. They have the PlayStation 4, sold so much more than the Xbox One and the Switch. PlayStation 5 is killing it in terms of this next generation. So Sony says, why do we even need to bother to show up? But they do need to do something to keep gamers involved and keep people interested in the platform. So, Rich, one of the rumors is that we could see Last of Us 2 multiplayer, or maybe yet another Last of Us remaster, remaster of the first game for PlayStation 5.
What would now? I gotta pick your brain on this, because you have been you've been very critical of Grand Theft Auto being remastered over and over and over again. But I know you love The Last of Us.
Yeah.
And if this happens to The Last of Us, I think that would make it just as many times that The Last of Us has been remastered, as many as Grand Theft Auto 5. So
Absolutely.
what's your opinion on that if that happens?
Actually, the same as Grand Theft Auto. I hate the idea.
Even if it's The Last of Us?
Even if it's The Last of Us. Because here's the thing. The Last of Us was developed on PlayStation 3 with the limitations of the PlayStation 3. So how are they going to... This is my same argument with director's cuts movies. How are they going to change it so that it's any different from the previous experiences?
You just they only do better graphics.
Adding more pixels and ray tracing doesn't make it a new experience.
Yeah.
I played the story. I love the story. I played the story a couple of times. The story's not going to change. The gameplay is not going to change.
Oh, wait a minute. Aliens! The aliens are coming.
Yeah, right. Instead of clickers, it's just aliens. So when I heard the news that there was another Last of Us remaster, I was like, I really wish they had spent those resources and that time and energy somewhere else, developing a new IP. So, which leads me to this. What exclusives or what are you hoping to see from Sony? We're both PlayStation fans. Like, what do you want to see from Sony's state of play, if they have a state of play, that could maybe excite PlayStation gamers? Because I don't think The Last of Us remaster is going to excite PlayStation gamers. And it's not going to convince people who aren't PlayStation fans to jump in.
Yeah.
They've had 2 opportunities to do it already.
Yeah. I know you're critical of Grand Theft Auto, but as long as Rockstar keeps pouring their efforts in the Grand Theft Auto Online, that's still going to be, the king of the crop for Rockstar. Because I love Grand Theft Auto Online. It's so much fun.
So are you hoping that PlayStation? I know at one state of play they showed off Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PlayStation 5. They announced that. So are you hoping to see more of the remaster, or maybe like special features?
Right. I'm hoping to see, is there going to be some sort of other special entity for the PlayStation 5 version of Grand Theft Auto
Sort of
Online.
like how they did first person for the PlayStation 4.
Right. That was like, whoa. That was cool.
I mean, Grand Theft Auto in first person was a wild experience.
Yeah.
So if they continue to innovate like that, okay, maybe I can get behind another remaster. But for my part, what I want to see from Sony is I want to see something more on God of War Ragnarok. It was just delayed into 2022, but I think it would be a great time for Sony to come out and be like, hey, look, they did make some progress. Here's a new trailer. Here's, another teaser, something to keep us aware that it is still a thing that's going to be happening.
Yeah.
So I would like to see something about God of War Ragnarok. And I would really love to see another new IP. Naughty Dog, it might be too soon after releasing The Last of Us 2, but I would love to maybe get a teaser that they're currently working on something. Or something from the developer of Ghost of Tsushima. Maybe an announcement for Ghost of Tsushima 2. Anything, something. Or maybe a Spider-Man 2, because Insomniac just released Spider-Man and Ratchet & Clank. They're releasing 2 games a year at this point. So
before we talked about this, you also dropped maybe a BioShock 4 teaser. Do you think that's possible?
I mean, a BioShock 4 reveal could be something that happens at this E3. I know we've talked about it in years past, but this year it's a little different because the rumors have been ramping up this year. And also it's officially confirmed now. They came out and they said, yep, BioWare 4 is happening. They have a team in place. They're actively working on it. What did I say?
BioWare.
Oh my God. We're talking about BioShock or BioWare?
BioShock.
BioShock.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm replaying Mass Effect.
That's why. Yeah.
That's so it's like in the back of my mind. No, so BioShock 4, the rumors have ramped up. It's officially confirmed. They have a team working on it. So I think this would be a great E3 to tease something like a BioShock 4. I don't know where that's going to happen in E3, whether it's going to be as part of one of the publisher conferences or, part of the larger event, but I would love to see a BioShock 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite franchises.
Yeah, mine as well. But we'll see as E3 heads into the weekend. But we're going to have to end it there and wrap up the entertainment entree because coming up next, barreling down very fast, whether you like it or not, it's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
We've been talking about cool and its ramifications and how it applies to the hip scene. But maybe you could give us some examples now of the opposite of cool, uncool. Just exactly what is uncool?
My nipples look like milk duds.
Holy shnikes.
It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
It's not of this world. I don't know exactly what it is or what it's doing, but this is not human intelligence, okay? It's not human intelligence we're facing!
How you doing? Me? I'm doing great.
Manda bastards. I don't make this stuff up.
I'll take a pound of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts! That'll be $4, baby! You want fries with that?
I've seen the celery dance across the baseball fields.
You had me at Meat Tornado.
No, go past this. Past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Okay. What does that mean?
And now it's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
So sit back, get everything you need to get from the kitchen. Be sure and empty the bladders. Go to the bathroom because you're in for hell, right?
Oh yeah, odd news time.
That's right, everybody. It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news. Here in this segment, Rich researches the news, he reads the news, and I react to the news. He finds a weird and wacky story and keeps it hidden from me, which ensures that my reaction is my genuine gut reaction to hearing this story for the very first time. I don't know what's about to happen. You guys don't know what's about to happen. And even Rich doesn't know what's about to happen because this segment always takes us down wacky and wild paths. And I'm ready to get started. Where are we heading to?
Give you 3 guesses where we're heading to.
Florida.
Now, who is this guy in Florida?
It's Florida, and they're crazy.
I didn't need 3 guesses. I'm a genius.
Nope, man. We're back to Florida.
Back to Florida.
Without fail. You just gotta love Florida.
Gotta love them. What are they doing in that godforsaken land?
Yeah, they're
in
always
the penis of America.
They are just always up to something in Florida. So I've got a nice, interesting story for you on this one.
Okay. Oh God, this is.
I just sometimes just the visuals just are gonna
the visuals.
Yeah, when you think about what I'm about to read, I just just think about it like that.
Okay.
So this happened on Friday at 9:00 in the morning.
Okay.
Friday 9:00. Right.
Everybody's day is starting. They're just they're sitting in their office or they're wherever they're doing their business from. Got their cup of coffee. Everybody's finished their commute to work.
Yep. Correct. Exactly. Right in broad daylight.
Right.
9:00 Friday. A cop discovered that a couple were having sex right in the middle of Pocahontas Park in Vero Beach, Florida. Yep, just like that.
Take your damn clothes off.
Yep. Just
take your damn clothes off.
Take your damn clothes off.
Yep, just going for it.
That's awesome. In the middle of Pocahontas State Park. I had no idea.
Yep, this is a thing.
Wait, is it Pocahontas State Park or Pocahontas?
Pocahontas Park in Vero Beach, Florida.
Oh my God, I want to look up this place.
Yep. So they were doing it right in the children's crawling tunnel area.
Oh man, not the kids. Oh my God.
Take your damn clothes off.
Oh yeah, they're just going right for it there.
Okay, so you said Pocahontas Park. I was imagining like, I don't know, some nature reserve.
No.
It's literally a playground.
Yes, this is a playground.
It is a children's playground. It's not like rolling fields. It's not wooded. It's not like secluded.
No.
It is literally a jungle gym.
Yes, and it's 9:00 in the morning on a Friday.
I guess they figured the kids would be in school.
No, they should be. I don't know.
They should be.
Yep.
If they're not, they're truants. It's the kid's fault.
So the couple is 52-year-old Sharon Finlay and 44-year-old Jermaine Jackson.
It's always the older folk.
And there we go. We got their mugshots right there.
Okay.
And I got a little tiny image of the Pocahontas
the park right there. Yeah, nice.
By the way, that's the only image I could find of this damn park.
Yeah.
I was trying to do research on this.
It's like literally like a single jungle gym for those who aren't looking at the video feed. Like it's like go to any school playground. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, and they were banging in the children's crawling tunnel area.
That's messed up. Also, isn't it hot in there?
Oh, well, it's getting hot in a different way.
It's getting hot in it. No.
Well, it was very erotic. Yes, indeed. It was erotic.
Oh, it's an old classic.
Oh, man, I haven't heard that in forever.
Yeah, that's great. It is erotic.
Yes, it is.
Well, it was very erotic. Yes, indeed. It was erotic.
Man, you know what I thought of when I heard that clip? That was Nena's least favorite clip.
Yes, but we had to bring it back. So there you go.
Man. But no, those tunnels, they're made out of that plastic, right?
But yeah, not.
And I can imagine it's gonna get hot in there. It's all sweaty and sticky and
not very comfortable.
You're like, you're sticking to the surface. It's just that's a bad idea.
Yep. So according to the cop, he got to the park and found 52-year-old Sharon Finlay lying on her back with her jean shorts pulled around her ankles with her legs spread apart. So there you go. Let you know what she's laying there.
I know some women who could hide a machine gun in there.
Yeah. Hoo-ah! Yep, ready to go. And Jermaine Jackson had his face in her crotch area, according to the cop's police report here. When asked what they were doing, Jackson simply said, "I'm eating the kitty."
Oh my God.
Telling you right what's happening.
I mean, at least he didn't try to beat around the bush.
Oh. Yep.
Good night, everyone. No, that's
eating the kitty.
That's vulgar.
Yeah, that's right to the point.
Eating the kitty.
Eating the kitty.
He was just gonna own up to it.
Yep.
You know?
Well, it was very erotic. Yes, indeed. It was erotic.
Next to the couple, they had a bottle of Gulf Crest vodka and 2 empty cans of Four Loko.
That makes sense.
Wow.
That makes sense.
This is 9 a.m. on a Friday morning. Wow.
Thirsty Thursday didn't stop. It just rolled into Friday. Rolled into Freaky Friday.
Just kept going. Just never stopped.
Thirsty Thursday became Frisky Friday.
Wow. That is not what I would start my Friday morning with.
That's
Four Loko and vodka.
That's an intense Friday morning.
Yeah.
I guess they don't work. They're just 9 a.m. on Friday. They're just like completely lit and banging in the children's playground.
Yeah. Boy. No, I can't have coffee. No, I need my Four Loko and
Four
vodka.
Loko.
Something just came over me and I took my clothes off.
Yeah, that thing was Four Loko.
Yeah. That's something that came over you was the Four Loko.
Something just came over me and I took my clothes off.
So unfortunately, though, the cop did not take any excuse on this matter.
No, because there is none.
Yep. So they were arrested for possession of an open container.
Okay.
Is
that it?
Is that it? It doesn't. I don't see anything about lewd or lascivious behavior or anything.
Yeah.
What the?
You remember the part where he was?
Yeah, remember the part where there was banging
He was
going
eating
on?
the kitty.
Yeah, eating the kitty.
Does that not count as lewd and lascivious behavior?
Yeah, apparently in the police report, it only says they are charged with possession of an open container. They are
okay.
Apparently,
all right.
What?
Wow, there you go.
You know what? This is Florida. Yeah, this is normal.
You know what it is?
Florida's
Florida finally
status.
realized they got to lower the standards.
Oh my God!
Florida realized
we've done it, folks. We have done it. We have hit the point where, you know what? That's just normal. Taking the clothes off, being naked, that's normal.
Florida realized they have to lower their standards. Florida's like, look, guys, we can't keep doing this. We just got to lower the standards.
This is, you know what?
Look, if there's no penetration, it's not a crime.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Move along.
Move along. Nothing to see here. He's just eating the kitty.
Yeah. It doesn't say. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that.
I normally it says lewd and lascivious behavior.
I am actually like flabbergasted. It's like the cop forgot about the whole point of this damn odd news story.
The cop was so shocked. He's like, I just open container. That was the cop.
They just stopped.
Open container. The cop was literally just like broken. Because the guy was so flagrant about it, the cop was just couldn't say or do anything else.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's how you get out of That's how you get out of crime, folks.
Be so blatant
Be
about
so
the crime.
blatant and flagrant that you just shock the cops into forgetting the charges.
Wow, it's so crazy. It just might work.
It's so in Florida, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. Well, apparently, just being naked is that's no problem. Not naked.
On a children's playground. Yeah. Oh, no biggie.
No, nothing wrong with that. But the vodka in the open container, that's not good. That's not good. We
can't have that.
We can't have that. So yeah, that's the charge that they got arrested for, and they remain behind bars in lieu of a $500 bond.
That's it.
That's it. That's all they got.
They only got arrested on an open container charge and $500 bond.
That's it.
Somebody messed up. Somebody messed up big time.
All right.
We've been doing this for like over 8 years. This is like the most lenient charge we've ever had for something that flagrant.
Yeah. All right. We need to call Florida up. Florida cops. I don't know. We need to call somebody up. Florida Police Department. I don't know. So,
we always talk about how we're going to get a cop on the show.
What is happening?
Yeah.
What? Why?
Just why?
Why? Why are you?
Florida's like, because.
Why are you
the way you are?
Yeah.
Florida, sit down and explain yourself.
Really? I didn't even realize that until I read the story that they never got the
lewd and lascivious behavior, indecent exposure.
Yeah, no, they only got the open container charge.
Aren't there also laws about being close to like a place where children are?
Right?
Like,
isn't that like a charge on its own?
Man,
and it's a there's a playground. I'd have to assume that there's a child somewhere in the area on a Friday morning at 9 a.m.
You'd think, right?
Isn't there something like flashing into a minor or something? I would
think so.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't even realize that until I read the bottom of the story. It does not. The only charge they got was the open container thing.
We've been doing this for 8 years, and people will just like, maybe because nobody saw it happen, they were like inside a tube. But like, I don't.
What is there a loophole that like maybe it's not public because they were in the tube?
They were like not visible.
They were in a series of tubes.
They were in a series of tubes, so it's totally fine. But by that logic, so was the open container in a series of tubes. So
no, that was next to them.
Oh, that was next to them.
Yeah, that was
that outside the tube.
That was outside the tube. That was outside the tube.
I think we found a big loophole in Florida's legal system. If you're inside a tube, you can do pretty much anything.
Yep,
you heard it here first, folks.
You're inside the tube.
We are not lawyers, and that is not legal advice.
But you're inside the tube. Nobody can see you. Not happening. I don't know why. I went back.
I don't know who you are right now.
I went back and forth between Ted Stevens and Bernie Sanders.
Here's the tubes, okay?
Here's the tubes. All right.
Here's the tubes. Anything goes, okay? No.
When I went to Florida, there were tubes, and I did some stuff in the tubes.
I had a young hot thing in the tubes, and it was okay. I didn't get in trouble.
So,
wow.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this.
If you do it in
now.
a tube, it's fine. And also, Bernie Sanders is there.
I can't believe that. It literally says in the police report,
there is no God.
We've hit that point on the Crispy Noodle podcast. There is no justice. There is no God when it comes to Florida.
This is a lawless land.
Yeah, when it comes to Florida, this is the reality you have to deal with.
Now, who is this guy in Florida?
It's Florida, and they're crazy.
Yes, they are. Oh, my gosh. And there
Wow.
you go. That's what I have for you this week in the Non-Fortune Cookie Odd News. Just do your crimes in a tube.
There you go.
That's simple.
Who'da thunk?
There you go.
Who'da thunk?
Yep. Can't do anything.
I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah. There you go.
If I need to commit any crimes, I'll just do it in a tube.
I know we haven't done this in a while, but
What have we learned?
What have we learned? We've learned do your crimes in a tube in Florida.
Yeah.
And it will work.
What did we learn, Palmer?
I don't know, sir.
I don't know either. I guess we learned not to do it again.
Yes, sir.
I'm if I know what we did.
Or do it in a tube.
Or do it in a tube.
So there you go. That's what I have for you. To wrap up this episode of the Crispy Noodle podcast. I'm flabbergasted. So I think it's only appropriate that we start to wrap up the show at this point because, wow, just Florida, man. Just let him go.
We're just speechless.
Sure.
Just an open container charge.
Completely forget the whole reason why you investigated the couple in the first place.
Right, exactly. He didn't go in there because it's all an open container. He go in there because he probably heard them trysting.
Yeah, in the tube. So there you go. What a way to end this episode of the Crispy Noodle podcast. Man, if you want to hear more crazy Florida stories and things that we have had in the Odd News, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You check out our website, thecrispynoodle.com, because we've definitely got past Odd News that will make sense as to why I'm just fed up with Florida.
There you go. You can also subscribe to the Crispy Noodle Podcast YouTube channel where you get video versions of this podcast. But of course, you can also get the audio version by subscribing to the Crispy Noodle Podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, Amazon devices as well. So make sure you search for, download, and subscribe to the Crispy Noodle Podcast on the podcast service of your choice.
That's right. We also have a SoundCloud page where we have mini noodles. You can check that out as well for a quick laugh from one of our promos.
That's right. So many ways to share and get in touch with the Crispy Noodle Podcast. If you want to get in touch with us individually, you can find us on Twitter where you can share your sports, entertainment, or odd news stories for our perusal. I'm at Mikey Costanzo, MikeyCostanzo.
And I'm at Rich Liebig, RichLiebig. You can find us on Twitter and let us know what's happening. If you've got an odd news story that you want to submit for us to talk about, send it my way. Or if you have a general topic you want us to talk about on next week's episode, shoot us a tweet or Facebook message or one of the social media things, and we'll take it under advisement.
I've been more active on Twitter, chronicling #mypopcorn
That's
journey.
right.
So.
Follow Mike's Popcorn Journey.
Yeah.
Follow how he eats 24 bags of popcorn on his Twitter. So make sure you follow that. But for now, we got to wrap this up. This has been the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news. Anything else, Mike?
No. Everybody have a good week. Good weekend.
Yep. And have a good time in Florida in your tubes.
Do it in the tubes.
That's right. But until then, we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.
Later. Bye-bye, all you fine people.
Some of us have great stories, pretty stories that take place at lakes with boats and friends and noodle salad. A lot of people, that's their story. Good times, noodle salad.